The money rules explained simply. How to manage your finances effectively. The rules of money. Hello everyone, welcome to Practical Wisdom. But before we begin, please click the subscribe button and the bell to receive notifications of our interesting daily videos. Let's get started, okay? If you appreciate the video, we invite you to subscribe to our channel and support us with a donation. Thanks to your help, we will be able to continue producing high-quality content and constantly improving our channel. You can do it here below, through the appropriate buttons, subscribe, and thanks. The Irish philosopher and statesman Edmund Burke once said, "If we command our wealth, we shall be rich and free. If our wealth commands us, we are poor indeed." And this is true in our world today where money is considered the measure of success. Whatever our goals and reasons, we often find ourselves trapped in a labyrinth of earnings and expenses, wants and needs. So, while we are busy chasing wealth, we might wonder, what are the hidden secrets of money? How does one become rich? Well, in today's episode we'll answer just that with what we have prepared as 14 rules that money follows. 1. Money is earned through crises. Wall Street legend and Forbes' top billionaire, Warren Buffett, once said that the secret to getting rich on Wall Street is to be greedy when others are fearful and to be fearful when others are greedy. This advice not only applies to investing, because it's during crises that attentive people spot opportunities and make a lot of money. Why? Because certain needs get amplified, creating demand while things become more affordable. When everything has come to a standstill, the real estate sector is doing worse and stocks have crashed. How exactly do people make money? It's at this moment that the rich buy assets, restructure loans and create liquidity. For instance, if someone gets to purchase a $1 million worth property during a normal economic situation for $750,000, the seller might agree. Why? Because no one is willing to buy properties during crises. The demand is low and so the buyer has more bargaining power. If the same buyer holds onto the property for about 2 years, they are sure to make profits from capital gains once the economy rebounds to normalcy. The same goes for stock markets. During crises, stock prices crash, but this won't last forever. Most people panic and start selling as prices go down, to avoid losing anything, but the rich who understand the rules of money will be buying. Economic hardships don't last forever and they happen to create the best opportunities to increase one's net worth. So put some money aside and invest wisely when the next crisis arrives. 2. Money is an exchange. Money is made through an exchange. Some people earn money while others make money. It may not seem like there's much difference, but there is. You earn money when you trade your time and energy for money. In other words, you work for an hour, you get paid for an hour. Making money is when you use your time, energy and a little creativity once and you get paid over and over and over again. For instance, when you create a new product and you get paid every time it sells. However, for income to occur it must come from a source into your account. For a business to make sales, the money must come out of the buyer's pocket and into the company's account. So in short, there must be some kind of benefit that will lead to the exchange. So to attract money into your account, you have no choice but to create some kind of value for the exchange to occur. 3. Money attracts money. This could be one of the biggest rules of money in this century. Have you ever wondered why the rich only have rich friends? It's not because they don't want to hang out with the poor, but because their financial status only attracts those in the same bracket. Many people often say the rich are proud and dissociate themselves from the poor, but in reality the two groups have very little in common. With this in mind, if you want to be rich you have to hang around the rich. By having rich friends, you'll slowly learn their ways, adopt their habits and become one of them. These people know how to make money, have lifestyles that increase their finances and are always surrounded by opportunities. 4. Money is easy to get but harder to keep. Many people make money easily but are unable to keep it. To clarify this point, let me explain the big check syndrome. Say a real estate agent sells a $6 million home and earns $200,000 in 1 month. For the subsequent months, they start living like they are earning that figure every month when in reality they only earn about $17,000 per month. The money received up front deluded the agent to focus on the entire amount and thus splurge it. Most people get overly excited when they suddenly see some extra zeros in their bank account. Instead of wisely investing the amount to double it, they spend it, changing their lifestyle, not realizing the increase is temporary. Money stays where it is nurtured and cared for, making it easier to earn but harder to keep. According to Forbes' list, every year 80% of the new millionaires lose that status. Well, isn't that a good food for thought? 5. Money loves secrecy. Money works best when secrecy is involved. Make sure you always have a secret account. The rule is to always have a secret account that nobody knows about except yourself. Never reveal everything about your finances, always leave some secrecy. Why is this so important? When people are aware of your financial status, they often take advantage of it. This is human nature. I'm not saying you shouldn't help when your close relatives or friends are in need, but they will always ask for money. And when you refuse to help and they know you have it, this can cause some strain on your relationships. But when you keep a secret account, that can be your lifeline in case of emergencies. Anything can happen at any time and you might need some cash on hand. At some point your business might risk bankruptcy and you still have to pay employees, or there could be a crisis that calls for spending unforeseen funds. 6. Money hates stagnation. I know it sounds hilarious, but it's true. Let me explain to you what we mean by this. Money likes to be moved from one place to another. Just like human beings, when money gets bored it becomes unproductive and it might even leave causing losses. But let's delve deeper into this for a moment. For instance, if money is being pumped into the same venture without returning profits, eventually it will get bored and all you'll be doing is incurring losses. The same goes for income diversification. Money likes being invested in different places. Eventually, all you have to do is sit back and watch it flow in from various directions. Even money left sitting in an account is wasteful. Note that I don't mean the secret account I mentioned earlier, that's for emergencies. You must ensure your money moves, works for you to earn you more. 7. Money loves risk. The truth is, the older you get, the less risk you are willing to take. For example, a 23-year-old can afford to invest in riskier investment options than a 70-year-old. At that age your risk tolerance is certainly lower than when you are younger. Money loves risk, and if you intend to play it safe your whole life, you might not make it. Big opportunities always come with risk directly proportional. So while you are still young, make sure to invest wisely and take calculated risks in everything you do. 8. Money hates spenders. If you take sugar out of a jar and don't replace it, what happens? The jar empties. Same goes for money, it will never grow where it is constantly being spent. For every penny spent there must be a counter to replace it, if not double it. For most wealthy people who live lavish lifestyles and are able to sustain it, they have put measures in place to replenish the amounts they consume. In order to be wealthy you cannot fly first class, drive the most expensive cars, or own the finest villas unless you have a solid channel to bring back the money spent. Here's my favorite quote on saving by Thornton T. Munger. The habit of saving is itself an education. It fosters every virtue, teaches self-denial, cultivates the sense of order, trains foresight, and so strengthens the mind. 9. Money loves authenticity. Play your own game when it comes to money. Unique and creative ideas will never lack a market. Believe it or not, they succeed, and there is a severe lack of originality in business, and companies are opting for what sells, instead of what they stand for. Being an entrepreneur often means going against the tide and taking an idea you believe in and tirelessly proving its worth to the world. While you should take some advice from successful people and try to learn from them, don't try to copy their entire lives. In short, be authentic, carve your own financial path, because no two people have the same circumstances. Start with what you have, take advice from others, and write your own plan. 10. Money likes being controlled. If we are to be honest, money likes being kept on a leash. Never let your finances run wild, otherwise you'll be in trouble. Keep track of how much money you have in each bank account and how much gets spent regularly on expenses. If you don't control your money, it will control you. If you don't set how much you can spend monthly, it will be your money dictating for you what you can and cannot buy. Control your money or it will control you, and when that happens you might end up in debt. And that wouldn't be good news, would it? 11. Money can never be the problem and the solution. This is where people get it wrong. They think that since they are short on money, borrowing more money will solve their money problems. So what happens? They end up in an ever-increasing spiral of debt that they actually cannot afford. Instead of borrowing more money to solve your current money problems, why not seek additional income sources? This is the only way to solve a money problem. You can get a side job, find another job, or even start a business. 12. Money doesn't change people. I know many of you will probably contest this fact, but it's the truth. Money and success won't change you, They will only amplify what is already there. Someone who suddenly becomes arrogant and proud after becoming wealthy has always been arrogant and proud. The money simply allowed them to be themselves. 13. If you think money will make you happy, then you are broke. The United States founding father, Benjamin Franklin, once said, "Money has never made man happy, nor will it. There is nothing in its nature that produces happiness. The more a man has, the more he wants. Instead of filling a vacuum, it makes one." Money can never bring you happiness, but the things you can do with it can. They say money is the sixth sense that lets you enjoy the other five. The only reason money is in play is because we need it to pay for everything we desire to be happy. There are those who argue happiness is self-created and money doesn't contribute to bringing it. Others say more money, more problems. I believe money will contribute to happiness, but it's not all it takes to be happy. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. 14. Let money work for you. If you closely observe the rich and the poor, you will find one key difference between them. The rich make money work for them, but the poor work for money. A rich man will hire the best minds to run his business while he uses his time to focus on strategy, but a poor man will use all his time to work for the rich. A rich man will have multiple passive income streams so he earns even without working, while a poor man has to work to sustain himself. A rich man has a plan for his expenses and even an emergency fund in case things go south, while a poor man lives from paycheck to paycheck and will starve if he doesn't get paid. Feel free to leave a comment so that we can improve the content. Your like would be the cherry on top, and click subscribe to stay informed about upcoming publications.